We are live. What is going on, everyone? Thank you all so very much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's watching this right now, I really do appreciate it. Anybody that's watching this on the replay, thanks so much. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Another game, another road game, another road loss. We are now officially 0-5 on the road. It's getting concerning if it's not already. Again, I mean, it's just look, we have injuries. We're out of sorts right now, but this is like beyond that, right? Like this, if you lose this game, okay, it's one thing, but to just get absolutely embarrassed is another thing, right? And that's what happened. The Lakers got absolutely embarrassed. This wasn't even competitive, which is terrible, right? Oh, here we go. Hang on. Time out. Kevin Durant about to win it. Oh, we got overtime in Chicago. Sorry. The Suns Bulls game. It's crazy. But it's again, it's just like we had enough to at least be competitive. The concern was with the loss of AD that they were just going to dominate us in the paint, which is what they did, right? They just basically got whatever they wanted in the interior. But like the Lakers were just everything. Like it just no real offense of fluidity. Right? Everybody's just kind of playing iso ball and hero ball. Alex Caruso is just taking bad shots and not passing and doing too much. It's just like, when does this team start to come together is the problem, right? At some point, like these guys have to come together and figure it out. It's one of those things where it's just like, dude, like you have to do at least the basics, right? At least do the bare minimum when you're talking about these games. And the Lakers aren't even doing that, right? Like, again, like we dive into the box scores, right? Like you have LeBron James, who, only played 27 minutes, which is good. He didn't have to play the whole fourth quarter, so that's good. At least he got some rest going into the Suns game, which Phoenix doesn't look very good right now. So maybe we can get that win. That would be nice. But outside of LeBron, D'Angelo Russell picked it up great in the second half. Again, slow start for him. He's a second half player though, period. I've said this countless times that D'Angelo Russell, for whatever reason, in the second half, he always has like that third or fourth quarter where he just goes off. And he gave us 15 in the third this quarter. He seems to always do that in the second half. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just a rhythm thing, an adjustment thing. I don't know what it is. But he showed up, gave you 22 points. And then you got Rui Hachimura, who was fantastic, especially for being the first game back after missing, 4 games, something like that. Right? So he gives you 24 points in 25 minutes, 10 of 14 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3. He also gave you 8 rebounds, which he was tied for the most rebounds this game. It's sad that Max Christie was tied with Rui, right? It's like, where's the team rebounding? Where's the effort in rebounds? Like, I understand that they have Sengun and, they're young and athletic and stuff, but it's like, can you box out? Can you just, again, do the basics in order to win a basketball game? I mean, call me crazy, but it's like, I don't know why it just seems like the Lakers can't just seem to do the basics. But I don't know. I mean, hopefully we start getting guys back. We got Prince back last game. We got Rui back this game. We need Vando badly. Again, Vando isn't going to cure everything. He's not going to solve all of the Lakers' issues, but I think he helps a lot, right? His defense, we need it badly. His energy, his effort, his rebounding, his intensity. Hopefully that stuff becomes contagious and starts to pick things up. But like, where was everyone else? This was Christian Wood's opportunity to shine here, right? Like, this was Christian Wood's moment here. He took 1 shot. He had 4 rebounds, 21 minutes. Like, it's just got to do a better job. It's deflating. It's deflating. It is. It's really deflating. It's like, man, like you got a game like the Chicago Suns game, close, competitive, it's fun. Then you watch the Laker game and it's like exhausting. You losing years of your life just stressing over the game. It's frustrating. But anyway, let's dive into the chat here. Again, I appreciate all of you. Real quick, take a second, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. You guys are beautiful. No Vando, no AD. We still good in my opinion. I still have faith in the Lakers. Like I still believe the Lakers at some point will turn it around. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating, especially against these games that we should be winning. That we kind of need to win. You kind of have to win these games, and we're just not. Right? It's like we have a real opportunity here to like just create some space. And now we got to go on the road where we're 0-5 on the road and go play a Phoenix Suns team who may or may not lose to Chicago right now. If DeMar hits that three, they're down, in and out. But if offensive rebound, like if they lose to Chicago, they're going to be even more hungry than they probably already would be. It's just now all of a sudden we're 3 games out of 500 where we've lost 4 games straight if that happens. Like it's just got to figure it out, man. Lakers got to figure it out. They still had enough to beat the Rockets. They should have. This team won't make the playoffs. I don't trust giving up Lonnie Walker and Dennis Schroeder for scrubs. Lonnie Walker and Dennis Schroeder aren't saving this team. Like, if they had Lonnie Walker and Dennis Schroeder, they're not the difference right now for the Lakers. Reeves fooled us all. He's a fraud. He had 2 really good games and then just dump truck. Done crying, Tyler. No, not yet. Can't trade till like towards the end of December. Brooks got his revenge. I mean, Brooks didn't really do much this game, but I'm in pain. I feel it. Clippers lost 2, which is always good, but man, Christie is not performing well, which is why like so many people were screaming for Max Christie, and we have to play Max Christie. Darvin Ham has to play Max Christie. What is Darvin Ham doing? He's an idiot because he's not playing Max Christie, and he's played Max Christie, what, 5 games this year, and he's shooting like 18%, something crazy like that. Like, Max Christie isn't the answer. Our worst team in the NBA, Tyler, trade LeBron to Orlando. This team is not a championship contender. If the game was longer, we probably would have. Like, if they played another 4 quarters, they probably lose by 100. Got to go get a star. We have enough depth to have an 8-9-man rotation with third star. Agreed. Problem is you can't do anything anytime soon, so we're kind of stuck. It hurts. Did you see LeBron play no defense at all? Starts with the leader broke. Yeah, I mean, when you're down 30. But I can't get on him too much, right? But, I mean, there definitely is – there's something going on with this team. Something that's beyond basketball. Something behind the scenes in the locker room, whatever it is. You know, Darvin Ham said something interesting the other day where he was like, it doesn't matter what's going on behind – you know, I'm paraphrasing, but basically what's going on behind the scenes, you still got to show up with energy or whatever, which kind of just makes you raise an eyebrow. Like, okay, like there's something going on here. There's clearly an underlying issue here. And I don't know what it is, but I mean, top to bottom, this is just terrible, right? Like where's the leadership, you know, from Ham, from LeBron, you know, where's the players stepping up? Like all of this, it's just, it's frustrating. It's not about being a poor motivator. You could be the best motivator in the world. If the players don't do anything, you could have Phil Jackson, who's the Zen master. Guys still have to do their jobs. Again, guys have to do their jobs. Okay, you fire Ham and then what? Fire Darvin Ham and then what? Go get another coach that does what? Again, the players have to show up and play. So what? The Lakers are supposed to go through 8 coaches and do what? The players have to play the game. The players have to show up. You could go fire Darvin Ham right now. It solves nothing. Firing Darvin Ham doesn't fix anything. The players don't show up. You see teams fire coaches all the time, and it fixes nothing. This is not a coaching issue. This is a player issue. Laker fans, let's not panic. A lot of teams that are supposed to be championship contenders are having rocky starts. Lakers in 5. That's very true. Very true. It's just the way we're losing is the problem, is where I draw issue. But Andrew, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really do appreciate that. What do we do until January 15th when we can make trades? You try to figure it out. I mean, seriously, I mean, that's all you can do. You get through hopefully guys get healthy. You get through this stretch. And even then, but like the thing that people have to keep in mind too is even if the Lakers can make a trade, that doesn't mean that they will be able to if other teams don't want to do that. Right? Like no team's going to be running through the door to help the Lakers. Right? No team's going to be like, "Oh, let's trade and fix the Lakers." Like no, like teams would rather see us drown, right? Unless it hugely benefits them. Lakers also don't have a ton of draft pick stuff like that, so they have to be calculated. They have to be smart. Like, don't expect a trade till at least the trade deadline. If something's there, Rob Pelinka is going to take it. But a lot of people are going to be expecting a trade like on December 15th. Like, again, teams don't just want to make trades, right? Teams want to kind of figure out what direction they're going to go, how are they going to do things, like all that stuff. So, again, just because D'Lo ends up becoming available doesn't mean that that's it. Lakers can go make it. Again, other teams have to want to make trades also. Other teams have to want to, work with us. And most teams are not going to want to. And especially early in the season like that, because you're talking December, you still got, 5 months before the playoffs. Like teams are going to want more than they would at the trade deadline, right? So now you're going to have to pay an extra premium. So it's just something to keep in mind. But appreciate the super chat, seriously. I hope so. I hope it is. I hope the Lakers snap out of it. I hope this is a game that wakes them up. These role players aren't consistent enough. We need a consistently good star. I think you know who that is, Tyler. Look, I think we do too. A lot of people have talked about like, we need to, people like to say, oh, you don't need a third star. Look at the Russ experiment, but fail to realize the difference, right? Like Russ just didn't work. You get a right star that works, then you're gonna be successful. The reason stars are good and the reason teams like the Lakers love to go get 2, 3, 4 stars is because you can count on them on a regular basis. They're consistent. Role guys are gonna be inconsistent, but again, how much of it is just injuries and guys being in and out of the lineup, so guys can't really get a real flow, guys struggling early on. Like there's a lot that's going into this, but I don't know. It's rough right now. Sure, we are short on players, and it's understandable to lose a game because of that, but it's how you lose. That's my point exactly. It's how you lose. It's just straight unprofessional basketball, embarrassing. Exactly. It's not that they're losing games, it's how they're losing games. They're not fighting to lose games, right? They're not just getting beat because they're shorthanded. No, they're getting ran through. Like there's no effort, there's no nothing. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. They are on a roll and have been cooking. That's true. Alex Caruso's cooking right now for the Bulls. This game is going back and forth like crazy. Bulls are up. Ooh, here we go. And let's watch this together. I'll do a play-by-play. So Chicago's up 115-114. Chicago has the ball. 13 seconds on the shot clock. 27 seconds left in the game. DeMar, interior post. Vu's got it. Backing down. Oh, and gets stripped by Nurk. Kevin Durant has the ball. 17 seconds. Slowing it down for the final shot. Let's say. Oh, what happened to my stream? Oh, come on. Oh, what happened? There we go. Oh, Phoenix, 116-115. 7 seconds left. 7 seconds left. Here we go. Got a crazy game down the stretch. Add a little excitement to the stream, right? Because we're all bummed. But Jeremy, speaking of excitement, coming in hot, the $20 super chat. Seriously, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. You're awesome. I haven't seen you this year yet, but this towards your shots. Oh, well, thank you. when the Lakers win a game again someday. I'm waiting for the Lakers to win their first road game, and when they win their first road game, we'll do the shot challenge, and I'll definitely do that. But yeah, man, it's just it's just frustrating, man. This is frustrating. It's just hopefully they beat the Suns, right? Because the Lakers beat the Suns, who they've been struggling mightily. Oh, I need to grab my charger. They've been struggling mightily, so if we get a big win against the Suns, then I think everyone will kind of be back on board. Everyone will get excited again and get pumped again. That's what we need. We need a good win and like a good run. Feel good, right? Because right now it's like we're down in the dumps. It's rough. Lakers are looking like a team that forgot how to play basketball, can't even do the basics, right? And it's like we need that like good win. We need that thing that kind of changes the tide for everybody, and that sometimes that's all you need. You just need that moment, that game, that win. Here we go. 6 seconds. DeMar pulls up for the win. Oh, he missed it. Oh, and it's over. Phoenix is going to win by 1 point. 116 to 115. What a game. Come on. Why isn't this plugging in? Sorry, I'm trying to plug my laptop in and before it dies, and this plug is being finicky. But come on. All right, I'm gonna have to plug this in somewhere else because this is not working. But anyway, that was fun. Where are we in the stream? Where were we in the chat? We were rebounds 57 to 34. Rockets beatdown. Yep, that it classifies as a Rockets beatdown for sure. That is terrible. Eric, give me 1 second. I'm gonna plug this in over here. There we go. Just trying to plug it in over here, but it wasn't working. It was being difficult. So plug you in over here so I don't lose you guys. But anyway, wow, I can't believe what I just witnessed tonight. Awful. Everything was awful. Nothing to do with coaching about Ham. It was awful display from the players today. Yes, agreed. Just unacceptable. This ain't it, Captain. No defensive pressure, zero. Not sure what this team is trying to accomplish. Got to figure out ways to turn up the pressure. Agreed. Got to figure it out. You got it. I mean, it's unacceptable. Unacceptable. They don't know how to box out for a rebound, which is crazy. Yeah, 4 shots in hero ball. Woodhead 0. How does that happen? Didn't show up, and this was a huge opportunity for him. Huge. The suckage is overwhelming. To put it kindly, yes. I guess beating the Clippers and stopping the 11-game losing streak will be the highlight of the season, I guess. I hope not. Again, I hope that this is just like a bad moment, right? Like guys have bad moments, right? Like I was talking about it in the watch along stream. Like even the 2020 Lakers had some bad moments, right? They had like a 4-game losing streak. They lost the first game of the season. Like they had their ups and downs over the course of the season. My hope is that is the case, that like this is just kind of one of those things where it's like, all right, it's just a bad moment right now. We'll get through this, right? Like the 2020 team, right? They like, it was like they hit the wall, broke through the wall, and then they just kept going. I'm like, right now we just keep hitting this wall, and I'm hoping that we reach this point where we break through the wall and then we just keep going. And so far it hasn't happened, but again, we still got another, 73 games or whatever, 74 games. So, but at some point you got to turn it around. Should have watched this game on incognito mode. That's great. Consolidate, keep Vincent, trade for DeMar, Caruso and Drummond for D'Lo, Reeves, Hachi, Christie, and Reddish, and 2029 first. Start either Vincent, DeMar, LeBron, Vando, or Reeves for Vincent. I don't think you trade D'Lo and Reeves. Like, I really think they need to bring Reeves off the bench. Right? Like, I do. I think if you bring him off the bench, I think one, he gives you probably just as much production. He can't be worse than he is right now, right? And I just think he kind of fits that better, right? So I don't know, just kind of my thoughts. Like I just think you bring him off the bench and go that route. Oh, 0.2 of a second left. Did he just put 1/10 of a second left? No way. He didn't even hit the rim. Oh, I did hit the rim. Secure the basketball at 0.4, timeout. There should be 0.3 left. That's enough time to get a shot off, get a tip in. Lakers homesickness. Yeah, seriously. He is great. He's really good. He is really good. I don't know how you've seen enough in 8 games, but they're definitely struggling. It's looking rough. Yeah, but how about that Lonnie Walker? LOL, just our luck. Glad he is balling. I wish we had him. Yeah, I mean, again, he doesn't fix all of our problems, but what we do miss with one thing that I will say, the thing that we do miss about Dennis Schroeder and Lonnie Walker is Dennis Schroeder and Lonnie Walker would apply rim pressure. So you at least have that rim pressure, which we don't have. We don't really have a guy other than LeBron that can just get to the rim. Cam Reddish was supposed to be that guy, but he's struggled even dribbling the basketball. So we need to battle harder. Agreed. Sounds so depressing to hear. Maybe Wood shouldn't start along the side AD. Yeah. Again, I think you need to go with the start. I think the starter should be D'Lo, Prince, Vando when he returns, LeBron and AD. Early. I think you bring Reeves off the bench. You bring Wood off the bench. You have Reeves. You have Vincent Reeves. Reddish or not Reddish. Rui. Wood and Hayes. Boom. There you go. There's your 5-man rotation. And then you can sprinkle in some Reddish. Dude, that was actually a good play design. He just overthrew it. That was actually a really good play design by Chicago there. I wouldn't keep Vincent. He hasn't proved nothing. I'd rather have Cruz all day. Problem is, Vincent makes no sense for the Bulls. Like, that's the problem. What's going on, Daniel? Appreciate you being here. I felt like watching the game on incognito mode. Play Max more. He's the best guard the Lakers have. Max has been terrible in the minutes he's played. Like, he's been bad in the minutes he's played. He's definitely not the best guard that they have. This was very tough. Very tough, Joe. Lakers losing the rest of November. LeBron really don't got to keep proving nothing to this team. I hope they don't keep losing the rest of November. Look at you all turning on Reeves. Yeah, quick, dude. They're telling them to get back because they're terrible in transition. Like the Lakers, like even last year, the Lakers were trying to crash the boards on the offense side of the basketball and getting destroyed in transition. One of the big focuses this year is to just get back. Like, don't worry about it, just get back. Stop giving up easy buckets. Let's see. Until I see everyone healthy, I don't see us winning. Got it. Oh, you said sarcasm, bros. Cheeks like everyone. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got to get guys healthy. Got to get guys back, and then hopefully that starts getting things in order. The starters are the reason Lakers have to climb out of a hole every game. Problem is, it's not really like not really many other guys you can start right now. But I think Darvin Ham's got to change the starting lineup, just for the sake of like how bad it's been. You got it. Tyler, if our injured players don't come back soon, this team is going to implode. It's definitely a concern. I don't think it's look, we still have enough to at least be competitive and compete. So, by the way, I haven't ever been on the fire the coach wagon, but he has to have some of this blame. Oh, absolutely. He definitely has some of this blame. Right? My only thing about Like people just want to solely blame Darvin Ham. That's where my issue lies. This isn't just on the coach. Like it's on the players and the coach. Like it's a team. Everybody's accountable in some way, right? Like again, Darvin Ham. Like when? At what point do you make a starting lineup change? At what point do you, start with Rui and maybe go bigger, right? Maybe you do put, LeBron at the 3, Rui at the 480 at the 5, like anything. Do something to just get some, like see if you can change something. Right now, it's just like the same old, and like what's the definition of sanity? Do something over and over again and expect a different result, right? It's like keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. Seriously. D'Lo and Reeves both need to be traded. I don't think you trade both of them, but I don't think they both can start. Problem is, somebody said in the other stream, they're both not athletic enough to start together, and they both kind of want to do the same thing. So I just don't think you can start both. I was hoping they double OT tonight too. The Rockets look good. They've been looking really good defensively. They've been really good. These Lakers trash. I didn't even watch the game yet. If the Lakers fought hard and still lose, I wouldn't be mad. At least they tried, but it's literally no effort and pride out there. That's my point exactly too. That's what bothers me so much. Also, it's not that the Lakers lost. It's the fact that they lost and just didn't even try. Right? Like it's just the lack of energy, the lack of effort. It's like, come on, man. Like, do something. Like, God, it's frustrating. January 15th, trade D'Lo, Reeves, and Rui, I believe. I think we have to go all in on DeMar. He's from LA, loves the Lakers. Well, also he's an expiring contract. So you have a little more like flexibility with that. Cause if the Lakers trade for DeMar, he's gonna stay. So Tyler, I'm rocking with you. Lake Show all day, but be honest, do you really believe Darvin Ham knows ball? Bro has no offensive philosophy. Well, first off, I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Secondly, I absolutely do. You don't get to the conference finals out-coach Steve Kerr, out-coach, blanking on his name, the Grizzlies coach, like with essentially two different teams and, just a terrible start with a 0.02% chance of making the playoffs. Like you just don't unless you are some level of a basketball coach, right? Is he like the best offensive coach? No, but you have LeBron James. Like you're not running like LeBron is on the court. You're running what LeBron wants to run. It's just how it's always been where he's at. Even the bubble year, like Frank Vogel wasn't calling these master offensive plays. No, it was give LeBron the ball and let LeBron make the decisions. But we're not even doing that. It's like a lot of just heavy iso ball. This game, when we were doing the watch along stream, I kept calling out and screaming every time we run a set, which comes from Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham is the one that creates those sets. Every time they run a set, something good happened. The Lakers scored the ball. Like every time, run a set, get a good look, score the basketball. So I do believe that he has an offensive philosophy because he is great out of timeout play calling. He's got great, out of bounds play calling. He's got great just sets in which they generate offense. But the Lakers just don't seem to run it. It's Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves talked all offseason about how he wants to play on the ball more. He wants to be a playmaker. The Lakers want him to do that, all that stuff. And Reeves is doing none of it. It's just isolation. He's taking bad shots. He's trying to do too much. He's turning the ball over. But the problem is when you only have 6 guys you can play, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to just bench Reeves? That's the problem. Lakers go 3-0 on the stretch. These losers lost all 3. Some garbage different. Yeah, it's rough, man. This was a real opportunity to build some momentum in a league. It's April 26th, and the Lakers are the 6th seed and only 2 games ahead of the 7th and 9th seed. Bron and AD are playing 35 to 40 minutes, just trying to stay out of the play. Yeah, it's probably what we're going to look at. At the rate we're going right now, that's exactly what we're going to look at. Tyler, which team is your favorite after Lakers? I mean, I wouldn't really say I have a favorite team. I'm like a diehard basketball fan. Like I always say, I'm a student of the sport. I have a just Laker or not a Laker channel, but I have a sports channel, which primarily basketball. Every once in a while, I'll talk about some other like sports stuff, but it's called As It Stands Sports. But like that, I talk about all the other teams. I don't really have another favorite team. Like there's players and like games that like I root for. Usually it's like whoever I bet it on. Like if I bet on a game, then that's my favorite team that day, not named the Lakers. Makes such a huge difference. Damn, he does. And that's why I never understand why people are like, oh, we need to trade AD. Like, yeah, Suns won. But that might be good for the Lakers because one, if they would have lost this game, there probably would have been more sense of urgency. Two, that's another loss for Chicago, which means they need to just keep falling deeper and deeper in a hole. So maybe they finally go, okay, it's time to tear it down. Let's see. People hate on AD now. They're crying for him back. Typical now that we see the importance. Yeah. That's why, like I just said, I will never understand the difference. Or not the difference. I'll never understand the people wanting to trade Anthony Davis. It makes zero sense. Zero. Never complain about AD, complain that he's out. Lakers may be 15th seed if this keeps up. Yeah, if they keep playing like this, they will. They should have. Loki gave the ball to Levine to drive the ball. He was tired, shot by DeMar. Yeah. Let him get ahead of steam and go downhill. Here we go at the start of the season. It's terrible. Terrible. On the bright side, we're better than we were last year. That's why I'm saying, like, I love the idea of getting DeMar, Caruso, and Drummond, or even if we can't get Caruso, just get DeMar and Drummond. That's why DeMar DeRozan, because you can literally get AC, DeMar, and Drummond. You get all three of those guys for basically D'Lo, Rui, and like Jalen Hood, Schifino, and you're good. Because DeMar only makes like 26 million, something like 27 million, somewhere in that ballpark, something like that. Dustin, coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Isn't D-Ham supposed to be able to motivate guys? You can motivate all you want, right? Again, like it's up to the player. So, like, for example, you go to somebody mentioned Tony Robinson, right? You go to a Tony Robinson seminar, he hypes up the crowd, he does X, Y, and Z, but it's up to you at the end of the day to take in what he said and make the change. Like you go to an AA meeting, right? They tell you the steps and they tell you what you need to do and they prepare you to try to change your life. They bring people in to motivate you and get you pumped and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to make that change and make that decision and execute what is needed. Darvin Ham can be the best motivator in the world. You could be in the locker room and everyone's riled up, rah, like, let's go, right? At the end of the day, that means nothing if the players don't hold up their end. Motivation doesn't win games. Motivation isn't playing basketball. Motivation isn't rebounding. Motivation isn't hitting shots. Motivation isn't turning the ball over. The players are. Words are words. Actions are actions. You can say and rah everyone up as much as possible. At the end of the day, it's up to the people to do their job. And they're not doing their job. They're not doing their job. It's that simple. Again, I'm not saying Darvin Ham isn't without some accountability. He absolutely is. Right? Like, you don't have these struggles unless everybody is involved. Everyone has a hand to play in it. But to put it solely on Darvin Ham, it's silly. It's just scapegoating. It's somebody needing to find that one person. Fire Darvin Ham. Fire him right now. Then what happens? You could go get Prime Phil Jackson. You could go get John Woody. You could go get anybody. Pick your coach. Pop, Spo, Kerr, whomever. Go get any of them. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, Steve Kerr is considered one of the greatest coaches ever, right? I mean, he was ranked 5th in like a poll with like 1 million people, and he was ranked 5th all time. And the Warriors were terrible last. Like, they've had stretches. They've had years where they were terrible. Again, at the end of the day, it's on the players. So that's what it is. But again, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, okay, 28.9 million. There you go. I don't know how much you got of the game, but Vu was great in my opinion. If you don't go to LaVine, I low-key prefer getting Vuce and Caruso over DeMar and Caruso. I like Vuce. He'd be solid. I just don't know how I feel about his long-term money because he just signed like a new like 4-year contract. But like I wouldn't hate it. Like I wouldn't mind getting like Vu and Caruso, but I just think DeMar helps a lot, right? Because he gives us over-the-top shooting, he gives us consistency in scoring, gives us a guy that can hit shots down the stretch. He's been one of the most clutch players in the league year in and year out. Like DeMar solves and helps a lot of issues that the Lakers have. Not all of them, but he helps a lot, like a lot. But I think we still need a star that can take over the game. Well, we do. I mean, we don't have a like natural scorer. And that's a big problem. Like we don't have somebody that can just go score the basketball. Right? Like you have LeBron who can put his head down, but he's not a natural scorer. He's not a guy, he's not a Kyrie Irving or a Kevin Durant or somebody like we don't have anybody like even on a smaller scale. Look at somebody like a Malik Monk, right? A guy that could just go get a bucket. Right, can get to the rim, hit a mid-range, knock down the 3 ball, just go get a bucket, right? Like the Lakers don't have anybody like that this year. So it's like, who do you go to just go get a bucket, right? Like that's the problem. Like the closest we have to that is Rui, right? Because his ability to just post up, knock down the mid-range, stuff like that, right? What happened, fam? Never been so happy to forget to watch a game. What did I miss? Miss the Lakers get absolutely just destroyed and embarrassed. It was terrible. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. 8 games when half the roster out isn't a good sample size. Agreed. It is not. Cam Reddish is unplayable. Dud, I think. Team locker room. He's out of the league by Jim. I mean, I don't know if he's completely unplayable, just the role he's playing right now. I don't think he's capable of doing it. I think I'm going to watch and cheer for Denver Nuggets tonight. I want to feel and see what a championship contender is. Sadiq Bey would be solid for Jay Hood, as he's not getting an extension with the Hawks. He's a great 3-point shooter. I wanted him. I wanted the Lakers to go get him from Detroit. I feel like they're worse than a tanky team yet. Right now, they're closer to a tanky team than they are to a contending team. I don't even know Reddish would work in the G League, just out of the league overall. Again, like he's shown good moments. Like to be like even just like a defensive specialist would help a lot. But to rely on him for heavy minutes, needing him to score the basketball, X, Y, and Z, like it's not. We could send him to a third team, maybe even back to Miami or something. Yeah, if we could work something like that out, I wouldn't mind it. Again, like if Chicago's going to tear it down, they're going to be rebuilding. They're not going to be trying to trade for worse Caruso and who's 27 and on a 3-year deal. Like, no, unless we just gave up a bunch of assets in the deal. If guys are healthy for a 10-game stretch, we have a decent sample size. Yeah. That's why I don't think it's full panic mode, but it's just there's definitely some concerns here. What's up? How you doing, Mark? Appreciate you being here. Cannot start Reeves and D'Lo at the same time. They are both cones on defense and not amazing offense. Gotta stagger their time and trade. Maybe this isn't the best roster 5 out. Yeah, when guys can't hit shots, 100%, 100%. Like I get the idea. Like if D'Lo, the problem is like we haven't even had a whole game where D'Lo and Reeves are both good. Like D'Lo's good, Reeves is terrible. Reeves is good, D'Lo's terrible. Like they both can't put it together. It's gonna be another playing situation. OKC Warriors, Nuggets, Clippers are all better than us right now. Even the Timberwolves. I don't know about the Clippers. Clippers are pretty bad right now. But yeah, I mean, right now the way that we're looking is pretty bad. And so great 40%, everybody shoot like 20%. Probably the pressure to an extent, right? You got all the pressure of just like being a Laker. Got to try to be 500 in January, then go all in for DeMar Caruso. And I hope we're over 500 by that point. I heard reports earlier that the Lakers trying to trade for a third star and is already calling around the league and talking to other teams. I mean, I'm sure that they're filling out, getting a fill out. But again, they can't trade anybody for another month. Like they're at least a month and a week away. So, but they may be trying to gauge and just kind of see. Put more heart, but effort gets worse each game. Yeah, it's just that's the problem. Lack of effort. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something for me. Let's see. There is no way LeBron James wants to run a 5-out offense. 5-out is basically ISO. Well, and the point of it is for LeBron to be able to have the space to just get to the rim. And it's working for him, but it's just guys can't hit shots. 5-out also only works if guys can hit threes. The whole point is essentially drive and kick. Do you think we should use the extra roster spot for an energy guy? Personally, I miss Patrick Beverly. But the problem is who? There's nobody out there right now. Again, you just got to be patient and let things play out. See where it goes. Let's see. Ham has been good at schemes offensively, but last year he said 4-1 offense. The 5-0 offense is going too far. We should be 4-1 or 3-2, not 5-0. We don't have the type of team. I do think we need to go back to the 4-out 1-in. I get the idea again, right? The idea is to you have the 5 wide, everybody can shoot. Right, and then that just opens up the lane. If guys are hitting shot, which guys are not hitting shot. Let's see. I'd personally prefer DeMar, but Vu would help AD a lot. I wouldn't mind Vu, but I personally like the idea of DeMar more too. I think Bulls is definitely a target at the deadline, whether it's LaVine, DeMar, and Vu. Gotta do it. Agreed. Gotta call him up. Yeah, 100% agree. They got to go all in. This year, they re-signed D'Lo to trade him, made him waive his no-trade clause for that reason, in my opinion. Yeah, I think so too. No, I wouldn't do D'Lo for Brooks. I don't even think LeBron would be okay with it. I was hoping LeBron wouldn't have to carry this year with this team we have, but these guys are not taking these games seriously. Yeah, right now they're not. I low-key feel like we could hold on to Jay Hood if we trade for Vu, and that leaves us the target of Sadiq, who I think would be a great addition to this Laker team. I wouldn't mind Sadiq Bey. I think if Curry put on a Laker jersey, he would forget to shoot, probably. Let's see. This team is like 2018, 2019 so far. On the bright side, the Clippers got Harden, yeah, and the Clippers are worse. Yeah, they are exactly. Neck rubs and tag time. I low key want the Lakers to trade for Harden, but as best possible. They need to get DeMar. Yeah, DeMar has the potential with LeBron and AD, efficient shooter, efficient, consistent 30-point per game scorer, athletic slasher, who can make, and is 6'6" at the two. Agreed. I love the idea of DeMar. I do. He solves a lot. We need over the top shooting badly. Badly. We don't know what Ham telling his guys. We're not in the locker room to hear the conversations. I'm sure Ham always motivates his team. Everything is not on him. His players are just not playing good. Exactly. Exactly. Lakers win, lose, or draw. Let's have fun, guys. They need to trade for another star for the sole reason of getting rid of D'Lo and making the rotation smaller, so you don't have to rely on Ham. That cannot rely on Ham. DeMar is going to be the perfect fit at the two. I like DeMar a lot. DeMar will play harder too. He literally wants to be a Laker. He's from LA and he wants to win for the team. Exactly. Lakers 3-point shooting is atrocious. Tyler, it's been a pleasure as always. I'm out. Laker fans, don't lose your minds. Just wait for the deadline. Look out. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I'll see you later. Yeah, you gotta wait. Basically, month and a half. I'm kind of worried about some of these teams are doing bad so fast. Players like DeMar DeRozan might be gone by the end of November. The thing is like I'm not worried. Like DeMar to me is the most likely to be a Laker because one, how many teams are willing need him? Not only do how many teams need him, how many teams need him and have the assets to trade for him without like tearing their team down for an older DeMar. And three, he's a free agent after this season. So how many teams want to do that and run the risk of losing him after this season? The Lakers make a world of sense because one, we know for a fact he wants to be a Laker. We know if he gets traded to the Lakers, he's going to stay with the Lakers. And he solves a lot of Lakers' problems. The Lakers have the assets to go get him because he's not going to cost as much as like a LaVine or, a Kyrie, or maybe not Kyrie, but like, a Trae Young, something like that. So I think he'll be the guy. Can the Lakers get DeMar and stop giving players that don't want to play for us? No, DeMar and like these other dudes, we get these role players vanish. DeMar, a borderline superstar. Westbrook could never shoot in the first place. It's a terrible trade to get at the get-go. Yeah. I miss the hustle, heart, and defense. This Laker team to have a guys like Caruso, Dennis, and Malik. Yeah. If we kept Gabe and got Caruso, our guard lineup would be so locked down, especially with DeRozan at two. I love the idea. As reported today on ESPN, yeah, as reported that ESPN trade for a third star. You have a feeling they're going to do a trade with the Bulls because reports came out earlier saying the Lakers want Caruso and regret letting him go. Yeah, I made a video about that earlier today too. Yeah, it was. I wish we got that MVP Westbrook, or at least the playmaker style. That would have been nice. Biggest risk for DeMar is Philly. I think Philly wants a younger, better stuff. I think Philly's gonna go after like LaVine, not DeMar. I really do. And again, you run the risk of trading. Like Philly has to be very careful because they're very limited with their assets and they don't have like all these pieces for the future. And if they botch this, they're losing Embiid. So they're not. I don't see them trying to get DeMar. They're going to go after like LaVine or Donovan Mitchell or somebody like that. They're not trading LeBron. Stop. LeBron wouldn't even want to be traded, even if the Lakers wanted to trade. But anyway, I got to the end of the chat, so I'm going to skate on out of here. Start setting up for tomorrow. I appreciate all of you very much. I want LaVine too, but I heard a rumor they trade for both DeMar and LaVine, which would be crazy. If they traded for DeMar and LaVine, that might be crazy, but they'd have to give up Maxey. Are they willing to give up Maxey for both those guys? Maybe. If they're willing to give up Maxey, then yeah, they probably could get both of them. But do they want to play? Because there's been rumors even last year about DeMar and LaVine not really getting along. So just something to keep in mind. But anyway, again, I'm going to skate on out of here. If you haven't liked this video, take a second, hit that like button, seriously. It means a ton. We have 61 of you in the stream, so we need to at least have all 61 of you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed and you're watching this, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you Friday for the Suns. Join me for the watch along stream, and then of course the post game stream. I'll answer this last question because I'm sure a lot of people want to know. December 15th is the earliest guys can be traded, so still got a little while. But anyway, again, really appreciate you guys. See you in the next one.